Well, well, well. Who would have thought that after all these years I'd meet you again back in the same dojo that we used to train at? Look at you, Phil. You haven't changed since the day that I met you all those years ago. It looks like you still live in this Blackwater city.
I have to say I was pretty surprised to see you as well, Mitch. I thought the moment we graduated high school that would be the last time I saw you. So your kid is doing karate as well?
He sure is. He's one of the top in his class. Did you see him? He's one of the high belts there.
I did notice that. He's one of the few with a brown belt. I often come to this class and watch my own son. I know the prowess of yours. He trains very hard.
Yep, well, he's just like his father in that regard. I don't give that kid any breaks. He's got a legacy to live up to. I was one of the stronger guys in that gym, wasn't I?
Well, you and me both. I remember that little rivalry that we had. Those were some good times. Metal really does sharpen metal.
What are you talking about? Compared to me, I'd say that you're wood.
Well, each to their own, I guess. This is kind of weird, Mitch. I've been coming to these classes for a long time now, and this is the first time that I've seen you? I think a woman usually picks up your kid. That wouldn't happen to be the mom, would it?
That is actually. That's my wife, Tiffany. I'm a really busy man. I've got a lot of things I need to keep my mind on. Unfortunately, taking my kid to karate classes isn't something that I have time for.
I see, so usually Tiffany does it.
She sure does. The only thing is that today she fell ill. She's been in bed all day. Because of that, I've had to take my mind away from my usual duties. I took my kid to his karate lesson. I was able to observe him. That's when I saw you there. Life has a funny way of playing, doesn't it?
It was good to see you, Mitch, wasn't it?
Was it really, though? Well, what's wrong? Oh, come on. You and I were always rivals. We were at each other's throats when we were younger. Can you really say that you miss me?
Well, sure I do. All of that's in the past. I wasn't very emotional about it, to be honest. We were just kids trying to get better and have fun.
Is that how you saw it? Well, to me, that wasn't fun. I was at war.
Wow, were you really? It was just a little bit of karate. I didn't think that you took it that seriously, Mitchell.
Now, don't sit there and try to act like it wasn't a big deal. Phil, you and I both know that we had a heated rivalry before us.
Well, you might have a point there. There were many nights where I came home bloodied and bruised.
I still remember the time that you kicked me in the face with the back of your heel.
Oh, that. Your tooth fell out and hit the instructor at the back of the head.
Yeah, I still blame you for that one, to be honest.
Hey, come on. How was I supposed to know that the tooth was gonna fly and hit him? You actually think I intended to do that? Till this day, you still blame me for what happened, don't you?
Of course I do. That guy got us to do 1,000 push-ups. You already know what type of guy he is. He doesn't stand for that type of nonsense.
Okay, but we didn't even do anything. He totally exaggerated what happened. It's not like someone came up and smacked him with their hand or something. It was just a tooth.
But the guy's a black belt. He's got like a sixth sense for that type of thing. You know what? I think even a little tooth hitting on the back of the head is a really big impact for him.
He really did take it personally, didn't he? I mean, we usually get 100 push-ups, but to get us to do 1,000? That's insane.
Well, yeah, one day you're gonna have to pay me back for that day. I can still remember how painful it was waking up the next morning.
Well, hey, didn't you get stronger from it?
Maybe I did.
Well, there you go. You should thank me.
What did you just say to me? Are you telling me what to do, Phil?
What are you talking about? I was just saying it was a good thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe from your point of view. Did you think I enjoyed going up and down doing those push-ups 1,000 times?
Hey, come on, Mitch, just back off. We don't have to get all emotional.
No, how about you just back off? Do I need to remind you of the spinning roundhouse kick that I used to do?
Were you able to do that?
I couldn't remember, to be honest. Yeah? Well, how about I remind you the next time we go training? Don't think just because we're older that I still don't have it.
Hey, Mitch, how about you just calm down? We're just reminiscing on the good times, aren't we? Why are you getting so serious about everything?
Because you have no idea how much that meant to me. Everything may be sunshine and roses for you, but I took all of that seriously. I was gonna be a black belt. I was gonna be the strongest in that dojo. You took my glory away from me.
Well, what did you expect me to do? Should I just act like I'm bad at what we do?
Is that what you wanted?
You're not gonna feel good about being the best if you can't beat the best.
Oh, okay, so that's what you're referring to now, isn't it? You actually think that you're the best, don't you? Well, you know what? You only won against me once. I've had countless victories against you. I just wish our teacher saw. There were so many times that I whooped you, you know it as well.
There were many times where I whooped you as well. I guess the only thing that counts is what happens on that grading day.
Oh, come on. You really gonna throw something like that at me? You and I both know that I was the one that was meant to come out on top. We didn't say anything on that day, but we had a mutual understanding that something was wrong when you got your black belt.
Hey, you know what, Mitch? I think you should just stop taking it so seriously. Let's face it, if you really wanted to go on and get your black belt, you could have. I remember the moment that I got that black belt. You decided to leave the dojo. You gave up. There was still potential for you to get your black, but you felt too disheartened and you didn't want to go the distance.
No, just shut up, Phil. What do you know about me? You don't know jack. You don't know the amount of hours I put into training. You don't know how long it took me to learn what I had to learn. Then you sit there and think you're better than me? Don't tell me what I could have done. I worked myself to the limit. I don't need you to sit there and judge me.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you did, Mitch. I'm not denying that. How about you just look at the bright side? I mean, you became a brown belt, right? That's a really high belt. Not many people can get there. You should be proud of that in itself.
To me, if it's not black, it doesn't mean anything. You stole my glory away from me, and I'll never forgive you for it.
Mitch, I didn't know it meant that much to you, to be honest. This all happened so many years ago. It was just a little hobby of ours. If it means anything, I'm sorry that your feelings got hurt.
What do you mean I got my feelings hurt? You're talking to me like I'm some little kid.
Hey, look, don't take it personally. I'm just trying to calm you down. You're in an emotional state at the moment.
Look, you see, that is what is really annoying me right now. I'm not in an emotional state. I'm just telling you what was going on back then. I'm telling you how it is. Don't look down on me. I am still a man at the end of the day.
Okay, Mitch, just calm down. I'm not denying that. I honestly think that you should just let it go. There's more to life than just karate, right? I mean, you have a child now. That means you have a family. How great is that? The two of us. Now we're all grown up and we have our own families and our own jobs. The last time we knew each other, we were just some ratbag kids. Yeah, well, I'm not going to deny that. We got up to some mischief when we were kids. We really did, didn't we? I mean, I know we kicked your tooth into the back of the teacher's head, but do you remember when we were at school? Those were some good times.
I can't deny that. I've got a lot of good memories being at that school.
You and I were at each other's throats.
We certainly were. People knew that we had bad blood between us.
Whatever subject that we had to do, we were in competition, weren't we?
I remember that I won that math award.
I won the English one.
You only marginally won that one. If my grade was just a little bit higher, things would have been different.
I'm sure it would have been. It's safe to say that your presentation skills were very good. Maybe the teacher was in a bad mood that day. She graded your assignment.
You know what I was thinking? The exact same thing.
So here we are, adults meeting again at the same time at the same dojo that we trained at. I have to tell you, my little Luke gets along with your kid. What's his name again?
Dean.
That's right, Dean. It's pretty amazing to watch them. Those two have a really healthy relationship. They're still as competitive as we were. But at the same time, there's no bad blood between them. They're more like brothers than enemies.
Are you kidding me right now? Is my kid actually befriending yours?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, your kid comes over to my house for sleepovers and stuff, right?
Hang on a minute. Are you kidding me right now? Is that actually happening? I had no idea.
Well, what did you think was happening?
I don't know. My wife said that he was going to someone's house, but I had no idea that it was your house.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, those two hang out about 2 times a month. They have a hell of a time. You should come over at some point.
Like hell I'm gonna do that. What the hell does my son think he's doing? He's fraternizing with the enemy.
What do you mean fraternizing? Who are you calling the enemy? Those two are friends.
Not anymore. I'm gonna have a little word with my son. You best do the same.
Hey, come on, Mitch. Now you're just being childish. What happens between us is between us. You don't have to involve the kids. They've got nothing to do with it. They're having a fun time together, and I think that's amazing.
Well, how come my kid is going over to your house, but yours isn't coming over to my house? My kid has never had a child over.
Well, I can't really answer that question for you, Mitch. Maybe there's something about that home that's not really welcoming for children.
How about you just shut your mouth? Phil, you have got no idea what my house is like. Do you have any idea how far I've gone since we graduated from high school?
I'm not so sure, to be honest. Ever since high school, everyone went their separate ways, didn't they? Even you and I. Maybe it would have been better if we were just in each other's lives. We could have pushed each other to greater heights.
Hey, you know what? Speak for yourself. I think I've done a good enough job of pushing myself to the limit.
Oh, really?
Well, where should I even start? I'm guessing you want to know what happened after school?
Well, pretty much. Whatever anyone did was a mystery from that point on, especially you. Someone told me that you didn't even go to university?
I didn't, of course. I'm not going to waste my money doing something like that. I decided to work for myself, become an entrepreneur.
Is that what you did that whole time? I have to say, I'm really impressed. Not many people go down that route. How did things go for you?
It was a very rocky journey at the start. There were a lot of obstacles to overcome. There were many sleepless nights and a failure after failure. So many times I felt like giving up. That was when I met the sweet soul, Tiffany.
Well, that sounds familiar. That must be the same Tiffany from karate.
It sure is. I met her when I was very young, maybe about 18. She just graduated from high school as well, and she was working at a cafe that I like to go to. I had a lot of stress on my mind, and I went there when I wanted to unwind. I went there day after day, unloading all the stresses I had at the time. It seemed that she knew who I was. She could feel the type of energy I had. Whenever I went in there, I minded my own business. I didn't know anyone there. I barely looked at the person that served me my coffee. One day, this young, beautiful lady comes up to me and says, "This one's on the house." She makes me her favorite coffee. But this time, it's got a picture out of a love heart.
Oh, wow. That's quite romantic, isn't it?
Yeah, from that point on, her and I just hit it off. I told her my dreams about owning my own business and being my own boss. She recognized what type of lifestyle we would have and went along with it. I've been with her ever since, and now we have a child that we're raising.
Well, I just want to say, Mitch, I think that's fantastic. It's really good that you're getting along with life. I know a little bit of you is still a bit competitive about what happened in the past, but I can tell that you're somewhat more mature now. More level-headed.
What the hell is that about?
What? I'm just saying I think it's good that you're a different guy now.
But I'm talking about the way that you're saying it. Do you actually think that you're above me?
Oh, come on, Mitch. I'm not implying that at all. You have to jump at every little thing that I say, don't you?
Well, maybe you should be careful about the way that you say things. Phil, let's take a look at the facts. You're not a black belt anymore. We're not at the dojo. You're not above me.
Oh, come on, Mitch. Can you just calm down? I'm not saying that I'm above you or anything. No one's above anyone. We're on the same level. We don't have to be at each other's throats all the time. We're not in a competition anymore.
Hold on a second. I don't know what you're saying right now. You actually think that we're on the same level? Is that honestly what you're thinking, Phil?
Why wouldn't we? You've got your family. I've got my family. You've got your business. I've got my job. We're both adults now. I'd say it's pretty much 50-50 in my opinion.
Well, your opinion doesn't matter, Phil. What matters is the facts, and the fact is that I have exceeded you.
I'm sorry? What do you mean by that?
Let me ask you this, Phil. What have you been up to ever since we graduated high school? Have you been applying yourself?
I'd say that I'm doing pretty well if I do say so myself. I went to uni and I studied a business degree. I did 4 years of study there. I graduated and I started working in one of the local companies in this area. I'm currently doing general administration.
I see. If that's the case, you wouldn't be earning anything more than the average salary, right? You'd be in a ballpark range for about $50,000 a year, something like that?
Why? Is there a reason that you're asking me all of this?
There sure is. There's a reason why I've tried so hard to build up my own business. There's something that's been motivating me.
Oh, really?
Well, that's good. I wonder what it is.
It's you, Phil. I'm sorry? What did you say?
That's right. You're the reason why I've come to the point that I am. You see, if I couldn't beat you in the dojo, I had to beat you somewhere. Obviously, I wasn't beating you at school. If I went to university, I think you'd be beating me in that realm as well. So I was only left to have one other option. I had to beat you in the financial world.
I didn't know you were this hell-bent on being in competition with me, Mitch. Why does this mean so much to you? You're the only person that's seeing me as a rival and not as a friend.
Oh, come on. You should know why. You and I are the same person. I know you're trying to hide the fact that this competition means nothing to you. You're trying to act like you're on the high ground. You think that just because you got your black belt, that your league's better than me. Well, I'm gonna show you that doesn't mean a thing. You and I are not too far away from each other.
Do we really have to be this opposed? Honestly, Mitch, I think you're a decent guy. I wish we could just be friends, to be honest, especially now that we're adults. Our kids are friends and we should think about them. Put this rivalry to the side. It's over. That happened many years ago. We don't need to reignite that flame.
You really don't get it, do you? I can't do that. It goes against everything that I stand for.
What do you mean?
Before I went to high school, I was the best at everything. Back in junior high, I was the one that excelled. It doesn't matter if it was sports or study. I was the one at the top. I've been that way ever since I was a little kid. Everyone's praised me for how excellent I've been. When I get into high school, everything changes. I even remember the first class that we had. The teacher asked a question, and usually I'm the only one that puts up my hand. You had yours up faster than me. I couldn't believe it. I thought that I was the only one that knew that question. Why did this guy know the answer? Surely he's not studying as much as me.
Well, what can I say? I really did enjoy school. It was one of the best years for me. We had some great teachers, didn't we? Even now, I still really enjoy learning.
Yeah, well, to me, it's different. It's not about enjoying the learning, it's about being the best. I've been that way my whole life, and I don't want to be anything else. I watched you that whole time. I looked at your attitude towards school. It was like it was all a little game to you, just enjoying everything. You didn't take anything seriously, but why? Why was it that you were able to beat me?
I'm not really sure what to tell you, Mitch. I guess you shouldn't take it too seriously. Just enjoy the process. If you're too focused on the results, maybe you're overthinking things. You don't learn to take everything in naturally.
That's a lie. I'm not going to believe something like that. If you want something, you can only get it through hard work. And that's what I've done. Do you think I'd be in the position that I am in right now by just loafing about and taking it easy? Of course not. It took pain and tears to get here, and it was the same in school. I knew at some point I was going to beat you at something. I just had to. I wasn't going to stop until I won. Karate was the only thing that I felt like I was superior in. Sure, I wasn't a black belt yet, but for my age group, I was one of the top belts there. One day, the very guy that I'm competing with in school enters the dojo. He says he wanted to try something new and learn how to move his body. In a matter of time, you managed to get the same belt as me. I remember that. It was really good to spar with you one-on-one as equals. Aren't you hearing what I'm saying? We aren't equals. No matter what you think, I'm still above you. You used to frustrate me so much. How could you get to my belt in a matter of a year? Do you know how many years it took me to get there? I was training ever since I was a little kid. Now some outsider with no experience comes in and absolutely floors it with me. Not only that, but he also gets his black belt. Just tell me right now, Phil, how fair is that?
I don't really know what you want me to say, Mitchell. Should I say that I'm sorry or something? I don't take any of this stuff seriously. I go through life just enjoying myself. I'm telling you now, I've enjoyed the process, not the results. I could have exited our karate journey just by being a white belt. I had a lot of fun doing the drills and just sparring with everyone. If I get good in the process, then that's just another bonus. But the process itself is what drives me. It's that nonchalant attitude that I just hate from the core of my being. Someone like that shouldn't be able to succeed to this extent. It's just not fair. Did you even do some training after class? Well, after we had karate class, I had dinner and rested. I really took it easy. After that, I would hit the books because we had so many assignments and homework to do. I did that for about half an hour. Then I went to bed.
You have got to be joking me right now. That's all you did? I can't believe it.
Why? What did you do?
I went home and I hit the book straight away. I wasn't satisfied with the fact that I haven't beaten you yet. I used to do my push-ups and read the books at the same time. That's how much I was driven to beat you.
Jesus, did you actually take it that far? You should be a little bit easier on yourself.
And then what? Start losing to you? The gap between us gets even larger? No thanks, I'll stick to what I've always done.
Well, let's just leave it at that then. It's a difference of philosophy, I guess. With all the hard work, the sweat and the tears that you had to put up with, it's actually come to some sort of fruition, hasn't it? I mean, you're very successful and you have your own business.
Who am I to judge?
Anyway, Mitch, I don't know about you, but I'm very eager to start catching up and getting along with each other. We're not kids anymore, and I think we can put this little rivalry behind us.
Yeah?
You know what? I heard that your son is coming over for the weekend. I can leave him here with the wife, and then you and I can catch up. Maybe do a little bit of sparring together. It would be kind of fun. Just like the old times, but let's not take it too seriously. We're adults now. We can seriously hurt each other if we tried.
To hell with that. I didn't know that my kid was coming over to your house this weekend. I knew he was going somewhere, but now that I know it's you, I just can't let that happen.
Aw, come on, Mitch. Are you seriously gonna keep going on about this? It's been over 10 years since we've had that little rivalry. Are you gonna base your whole life around trying to beat me at something?
I'm a very driven individual. If I have a goal, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to achieve it. Doesn't matter how long it takes either. You just don't get it. If you and I are gonna have a little spar, it's gotta be serious. I don't want to do any of this lightweight stuff.
You really don't want to let this one go, do you, Mitch?
You better watch that damn kid of yours. He's getting way too aggressive in the sparring. I mean, he was bordering on some illegal moves there. I get that my kid is absolutely whooping your kid at the moment, but you still gotta stick to the rules. Make sure you keep that kid in line. I don't want to have to sort them out myself.
What are you talking about right now? Mitch, it was your kid that was acting out of line. The rules say that you're not allowed to kick below the belt, and he was kicking quite close to the bullseye on my kid. What did my kid do that you were so upset about?
Well, take a look at the impact of his punches. They sure are landing, but he doesn't have to hit him that hard. Does he want to put my son in the hospital or something? How are we meant to have a healthy training relationship if the two of them are trying to kill each other?
Well, I'm glad that we can agree on something. I didn't want them going at each other's throats. The way they've been lately is just out of control. It's like they hate each other. It's really sad to see.
Yeah, well, I know my boy. I know how he interacts with people. I don't know about that little rat that you have there.
Hey, Mitch, I want you to watch your mouth. That's my little boy that you're talking about. I'm not gonna let you sit there and put him down.
What are you gonna do about it, Phil? You're gonna come and sort me out? Maybe you and I should chuck the G back on. We'll show the boys how their fathers used to get it done.
No, that's just being silly. There's no need to do that. How come you resort to violence that quickly? This is a very simple issue that can be fixed. Everyone just needs to calm down. We don't need to take this so seriously. I put my kid into the sport because I enjoyed it, and it was meant to be for fun. He shouldn't actually be trying to hurt someone.
Are you being serious right now, Phil? What do you think they're doing right now? Playing table tennis? This is a martial art. It's a combat sport. This sport is all about hurting people. And it's either hurt or get hurt. That's the way it is.
Well, if that's how you're viewing this training, then why are you complaining about these illegal moves?
What?
Do I need to mention that my kid's not even punching that hard? He's doing very low impact and he's not even going through with his punches. Your little boy looks like he wants to chop my kid's head off with this kick of his.
Do I really have to have this argument again with you? We talked about this last week, didn't we? If your kid doesn't move into the kicks, it wouldn't be that way. My kid is very good at control. I've talked to him after class about controlling his body. I need him to have speed and full force, but not actually hurt his opponent. It's only when he's sparring with some idiot that walks into everything that the issues arise. Hey, what did I just say about talking down about my son? If you keep this up, I'm gonna have to talk to the coach about this. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's aware of what is going on. Yeah, that's exactly what you would do, wouldn't you?
You don't have the balls to come and face me. That's not what this is at all. All you want to do is have conflict. I want to sort this out diplomatically.
What's happened to you? Where's that old fire that you used to have? Anytime I asked you to train with me, you'd be up to the challenge in an instant. Are you afraid of me or something? Have you finally recognized that I'm above you?
Oh, come on, not that again. Are we seriously gonna talk about how great you are?
I just want you to admit it. I want you to face reality.
Well, the reality is that no one's better than anyone. You and I are on equal ground, and that's that. You know what, Mitch? I've noticed something lately. You've been coming to the training sessions quite a lot. Tiffany's not bringing your boy over. I can't help but think that you're having some sort of influence on your kid. And now our boys are fighting with each other.
I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest.
Well, I mean, come on. Just look at the way they react with each other now. Originally, when they were training, they would hug and laugh after the round was over. Maybe one of them would talk about an awesome move that one of them were able to pull off, and then the other one counted it. They would reminisce on the round like it was this awesome battle that they did. It was really beautiful to see some boys getting along like that. Now, they finish the round and they walk away without even saying a word to each other. For the first time in a long time, I see my kid scowling. I see your kid red in the face with adrenaline.
Yeah, well, what can you expect? That's what this is, isn't it? They're fighting. Of course my kid's gonna be red in the face. He's got his blood pumping. He's doing the right thing.
Okay, so you're actually promoting this behavior lately? Is that what you want? Mitch, you don't want the kids to get along at all? You just want them to fight like children all the time?
Hey, if that's what it takes for my kid to get better, then that's what needs to happen. I'm kind of glad that your kid is taking the same attitude as him. If he took the same attitude as you, neither of them would get any better.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, just use your brain, Phil. What happens when both of them take this seriously? They're going to actually get better. They're going to go on and think about the ways to beat the other guy. That's how they start improving their karate. It's when they frolic about and treat this like a game where their progression goes a lot slower. Take a look at them. It's a beautiful thing that they're rivals. Even you have to admit that they're fighting a lot harder and better than they were before I came into the picture.
I mean, it's a good thing that they're rivals, but you can find a rival anywhere. We're not the only karate gym. They can compete with other gyms as well. In that dojo, they should be friends. The objective should be to improve each other, not to hurt each other. I really don't like this new relationship that they're forming.
Oh yeah? Well, why is that?
Well, I just don't think it's healthy. I mean, just look at how they were before. To have a friendship like that is really rare, something to be treasured. We're gonna throw that all away just for a little bit of competition?
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Well, I mean, come on, Mitch. Is this really gonna amount to anything? I mean, it's just karate at the end of the day. The chances are that they're going to end up exactly like us and stop training after high school. They're not going to become world champions or anything. Just let them have fun and take it easy.
Obviously, that's something that you would say. Look, I want you to listen to me right now, Phil. If you want your kid to grow up to be some sort of wuss, that's up to you. I'm not there to judge you. But don't you dare think that you can infect my kid with that type of mentality. All I want him to know is the victory. He should know how to become a winner. That's all that he should care about. Nothing else is important. He needs to do that so that he doesn't end up like someone like you. What do you mean, someone like me, Mitch? You're trying to insinuate that I'm a loser or something? You are the exact epitome of what a loser is, Phil. I mean, just the other day, I found out your little secret about how you run things. Your wife works in that little cafe on Burke Street, doesn't she?
Hang on a minute, how do you know that?
She does work there occasionally, but I thought it was on the down low. Yeah, well, the truth is that I've been going there quite a lot recently. I've got a lot of things on my mind. I'm still running my business, and I've got to raise my kid at the same time. I went to that cafe with him. I have to say, you should have seen the other families that were in there. They were just absolutely appalling. I mean, the way that they treat their kids. I cannot believe someone raised their child that way.
Okay, well, what did they do that was so outrageous to you?
Well, the thing is, you can order a hot chocolate with a marshmallow at that cafe. It's meant to be a product that kids can drink. In my opinion, that's only something that a weak person drinks.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Yeah, come on, just think about it. If kids drink something as sweet as that, they're gonna end up as soft as the marshmallow that ends up in their stomachs. Those parents are setting their kids up for failure in the future. Especially for the boys. They need to drink something that makes them feel like a man.
Okay, well, then what is your suggestion? You brought your child to the cafe, and what did you do?
Well, he drank a black coffee just like his father. Now that's what a man drinks. What type of a man puts milk and sugar into his drink? Why would you feminize the drink? You may as well walk around wearing a skirt after that. No, my boy is going to be exactly like his father. A winner, a champion. To be the champion, you need to act like the champion.
You have got to be kidding me right now. Your kid's the same age as mine, isn't he? About 8 years old?
Yeah, so what? What about it?
What you've done is absolutely insane right now. Don't you realize that's borderline child abuse? You can't give your kid something like that.
What are you trying to tell me right now? That I should just stuff him full of sugar? Well, maybe you're right. I'll go to the shops before we go to the cafe next time. I'll buy him a whole bag of marshmallows to sit there eating them in front of me. That's what you actually want, right? That's how you think you should raise a child.
Obviously, I'm not saying that. Stop being so ridiculous.
Don't lie to me. That's probably exactly how you raise your child. A soft man like you would feed him that type of goods. You should be ashamed of yourself. Do you even love your child?
Of course I love my little boy. He's the most important thing in my life. Don't you dare think otherwise. I'm just saying you gotta take it a bit easier on your boy. He's just a kid at the end of the day. He's not ready for all this harsh punishment and tough drinks that you're giving him. I mean, a coffee? Imagine what that's gonna do to him.
Well, it's gonna do wonders for him. Think about it. He's gonna be more alert, quick on his feet. He's gonna think about things more rationally. You know that they say that coffee is just another form of drug, right?
Well, how can that be justification for giving it to him? That's even worse. Look, you know what, Mitch? That's your business. How you raise your kid is up to you. I'm not gonna sit here and judge you. I'm just saying you should really think about it, though. It's probably not the smartest idea to make him drink that. Well, how about you just keep your soft ideas to yourself? I don't need to listen to the opinion of someone I don't respect. Why wouldn't I be worthy of your respect? Not that I care or anything, but you said that we were rivals, right? I was good enough to be in competition with you.
Maybe that was back then, but let's take a look at you now. What is there to respect about you now? You don't train anymore. You don't earn a high income for your family, and you make your wife work in a dump like that. Hang on, I almost forgot about that. You met my wife at the cafe, didn't you? How did you know it was her? I don't ever remember introducing you to her. Well, how about you put 2 and 2 together, Einstein? I brought my little boy to the cafe, didn't I? Oh, okay, so I'm assuming he was the one that talked to her? I'm really glad that I pulled my son out of that house as soon as I did. I mean, I saw the way that he was talking to your wife. There's something different about him. When he's with me, he has the stone-hard determination that I love. I can feel it. I can feel him wanting to win. Then he sees your wife, and it's an entirely different story. Oh, really? In what way? Well, it's like he turns back into a little kid again. He starts talking about stupid stuff. He says that he misses playing video games at your house. He's got some new toys that he wants your kid to play with. Come on, they're already 8 years old. Can they just start growing up already? What are you talking about, Mitch? This sounds like healthy communication to me. He's voicing his feelings and showing interest in my son. He wants to continue a friendship with him. Yeah, whatever. Have you seen them in the training room? I'm getting a little bit worried about you, Phil. It's like you're not even using your eyes. Do you need some surgery or something? Those two aren't friends. They're sworn enemies. They're clashing together and improving each other. One of them is going to come out on top, and it's going to be my kid. He's the only one that's being taught the right way to do things. Well, we'll see how everything ends. Maybe your kid really will win at the end of the day. If you're going to have that result-focused mindset, then eventually he's going to have some sort of win. With mine, I just want him to enjoy every little bit he gets over. I don't care if he wins or not. Well, that right there is what differentiates a winner from a loser. I mean, how can you not be ashamed of yourself? How could you put your wife in a position like that? What do you mean? Working at a cafe? Exactly. She's already a grown woman and you put her in a place like that? How could you do that to her? She should be taking it easy. She's had a hard time giving birth to that child and raising it. You should be able to give her some sort of bliss, some sort of happiness. I don't think you're in a position to judge my marriage. You don't know how we operate. You're just making an assumption here. She is very happy working in that cafe. She put forth the proposition herself. You think I don't realize what's going on, Phil? In fact, do you even realize what is going on? No normal woman is going to volunteer herself to work in a place like that. Things must be dire at your household. What do you mean things are dire? Things are working just fine. Oh? If they were working just fine, your wife wouldn't be forced to work in that position that she's in. She would be comfortable at home. Just relaxing, knowing that everything was secure financially. It's clear to me that you haven't given her that security. Mitchell, you really need to get over yourself right now. You've only known me for about a month now. You've got no idea about our situation. Everything's going fine and you don't need to judge me for it. Yeah, I'm sure they're going just fine. You know what, Phil? I'm not really sure why I had rivalry with you in the first place. I mean, let's just face it. If you can't even provide an income for your family, how are you going to stack it up against me?
What are you talking about? What makes you so amazing?
Well, as I was talking to your wife, I had a decent amount of insight into your situation. She told me that you guys are in an apartment. Is that true?
Of course it's true. She wouldn't lie.
How can you not be ashamed of yourself? It's you, her, and your son. And there's another little one coming along the way. Don't you think you should provide some shelter that they're comfortable in? There is no way you're going to have a good life in that tiny little apartment of yours.
Well, who are you to judge? We're doing just fine, thank you.
From your point of view, maybe. But let's compare what you have to what I have. I have my own high-rise. My family can overlook the city. Our room is so wide that it probably exceeds the area of a normal household. It's a perfect environment for a child to come home to. I've designed his room based on psychological evidence to create peace and attention. There's nothing in there that's going to distract him. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that's absolutely amazing. Where do you live anyway? I'm assuming it's in the central city?
It's quite close to it. It's on the corner of Brock and Melinda Street.
Wait, what did you say? You're talking about that really high building, aren't you?
That's the one.
Wow, okay. Very interesting. Anyway, you know what? Mitchell, good on you. It's good to know that you're going that far for your family.
I don't need you to start praising me. I need you to start feeling guilty. This is what you should be providing for your family. It should be the bare minimum. But let's face the facts. You can't even do that, can you? Your wife told me that you guys are renting that place. Is that true?
We are. It offers certain benefits to rent. We don't intend to buy the place.
See, this is exactly what I meant. You talk about intention, but that has nothing to do with it. This is about whether or not you can do it. You can't buy it, so you are forced to rent. I do feel sorry for you, Phil. I really do.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if you were the guy that had the energy and competitive drive that you did when we were younger, you would do something with your life. I didn't think that you would actually plummet. Maybe I should have been there to give you that competitive edge.
Look, Mitchell, I hear where you're coming from, and I know your opinion on things. I live my life the way that I want to live it. I live it based on my standards, not yours. If you have a problem with that, that's fine. But thankfully, you're not living my life, are you? I'm not living your life either. So it doesn't really bother me where you live or how you're living. If we can just accept that we're two different people, I think that's a good step for us to getting along with each other.
You and I get along? Don't make me laugh. We're not getting along until you start upping your game. You never see the king hanging out with the butcher, do you?
Oh, okay, so you're the king now? You're the big man of your business? You're too good to hang out with me, aren't you?
In all honesty, I really think I am. I don't think that you're worthy of my time anymore. You know what, Phil? How about you do everyone a favor and get your kid out of that karate class?
What did you just say?
Yeah, look, let's face it. You're not going to give my kid the competitive edge that he needs. You need to free up that slot for someone else.
My kid has every right to be there, regardless of what you think about it.
Yeah? Well, don't think he's going to be hanging around that class for longer. A loser doesn't cope well in that environment.
Hey, Tiffany, I just wanted to say thanks for dropping off my little boy the other day. We're very busy at work, so I don't have time to come home early and pick him up. My wife is also busy with her little endeavors as well. Were the kids behaving themselves?
Hey, not an issue at all. You've helped me out plenty of times. It's about time I return the favor. This is why we're friends, right? As for the kids, that was really an awkward atmosphere. Those two barely talk to each other. I'm a little bit worried about them. Did they get into a fight or something? I tried my best to force a conversation out of them, but both of them kept their mouths shut.
Wow, okay, so I guess you're noticing what's going on as well. Look, I don't want to be putting blame on anyone, but I think your husband's influence is starting to take its effects on them.
What is that supposed to mean? What has happened?
Your husband and I are actually long-term acquaintances. Him and I used to go to that same karate dojo when we were younger.
No way! That's pretty cool.
I know, right? Well, at least I thought it was cool until he started acting up. He wants to induce this competitive nature into your kid. I just want my kid to have fun and make friends there. I think the boys have a difference of opinion now, and they're getting really angry with each other.
Oh no. My husband's not actually being harsh on my kid again, is he?
Well, what's that supposed to mean? Is this a common thing that he does?
Yeah, it really is, to be honest. It's been plaguing my mind recently. I just really don't get why he has to be this harsh on him. He's only 8 years old. I liked him the way he was before. I feel like we're crushing his spirit or something.
Okay, well, it's good to know that I'm not the only one, to be honest. I really like your kid. I've only seen him a couple of times at my house, but he always behaves himself well, and he's very polite. I think him and my kid are going to be very good friends one day, but we just have to nurture them. I'm not sure if Mitchell's strict attitude is healthy for their relationship.
I know. I've been trying to get him to calm down, but he just won't listen to me. I mean, I get where he's coming from. I want my little boy to be successful and to have many achievements as well, but I think social relations are the most important.
Can I ask you a question, Tiffany?
Yeah, sure. Shoot. What's on your mind?
Do you happen to live on the corner of Brock and Melinda Street in that tall, high-rise building?
Yeah, that's where we're at. How did you know? Were you stalking me or something?
No, of course I haven't been doing anything like that. My wife would choke me on the already tight leash she has on me. It's just something that Mitchell was telling me the other day. You guys have found yourself a very good location, haven't you?
We sure have. I'm really glad that Mitchell has been working so hard to get us here. I barely see him. He's always working and trying to increase the revenue at his business. I'm telling you right now, it's not cheap to live in a place like this.
No, I can imagine. It'd be really expensive, wouldn't it? Anyway, that's good to know. We live a lot further away from the city. We don't get all the excitement that you get.
That's true. But you also get a more quiet and relaxed neighborhood. I'm telling you now, it's not always the safest walking around here. I definitely can't walk out there on my own.
I can imagine.
Hey, listen to me, Phil. Seeing as we're both on the same page about my husband, do you think you can do something to sort him out? I really don't think his attitude towards my child is healthy. Maybe as a fellow male, you'd be able to convince him somehow. I mean, you're a really good man. I've seen the way you've interacted with your kid. Maybe you could tell him to do the same thing.
Look, that one there is a lost cause, Tiffany. I'm sorry, I've done all I can to try and convince him. He doesn't respect the way I raise my kids, so he's not going to listen to what I have to say. I think he's actually been telling your kid to fight a lot harsher during karate. He's taking the fun out of it and making it purely competitive.
Oh my god. He's not actually doing that, is he? I can't believe it. We put him in there to have fun in the first place. I don't want him to start hating being there. Well, listen. I don't think this is good for either of us. If things start to escalate and get out of control, I want you to tell me. I'll do what I can to sort my husband out.
Thanks, Tiffany. That'd be great. If I even try to do something, all it's gonna do is end up in an argument. Probably another fight like we used to. You're probably my best hope in changing that guy's attitude.
Don't worry. All you have to do is tell me what happens and I'll sort it out from there.
Hey, Mitchell. Mitchell, what the hell do you think you're doing? What gives you the right to do that? How dare you do this to my son? I've got no idea what you're talking about. Phil, what is wrong with the little twerp now? Let me guess, he's probably crying about that little fight between him and my kid at karate. He needs to learn to toughen up. It was just a little punch. Is he gonna cry over everything? Who the hell do you think you are, Mitchell? These are little kids that we're talking about. Do you want to raise him to be killers? I seem to remember that you were complaining about my kid being too aggressive last time. Now that he's on the passive side, he gets beaten up and he's a little wimp to you? You're just unbelievable is what you are. Hey, well, take a look at it. It's a dog-eat-dog world. What can I tell you? You only get stronger when you get beaten down. That's the way it is. Maybe your kid should go home and rethink the way his father is raising him. Maybe this happy-go-lucky attitude is not going to work out for him. If he really wants to be the best and be on the same level as my kid, he's going to do exactly what I did when I was younger. Pull out that history book and start doing push-ups on top of it. He needs to maximize the amount of training that he gets. There is no way in hell I'm going to let my kid have that twisted idea in his head. Do you really expect a child just to sit there doing push-ups? He's only 8 years old. Of course I do. What's so strange about that? I was doing about 200 push-ups when I was his age. I don't think it's strange at all. Whatever, I'm not going to believe that. You did not do 200 push-ups. You know what, Phil? There is a large gap between your son and mine. If you really want to make him catch up, he's probably going to have to push it to 1,000. This has got nothing to do with push-ups. All you're trying to do is make the both of them develop the strength to actually hurt each other. They should be going there to learn technique. Yeah, well, we'll see how much technique is going to help your kid when the full brunt of my son's heel is in his face. When that day comes, you can ask your son how it feels. Then you're going to know exactly how I felt when you kicked out that tooth of mine. Come on, Mitchell. This is taking it way too far. You're being so ridiculous about this. These are children that we're talking about. Well, if you got such a big issue with it, Phil, then why don't you come and do something about it? I've invited you so many times to come over to my place and challenge me. I even told you to do it in the dojo. We could put on the gi and do it formally. If you really want to teach me a lesson, just do it. I told you before, I'm telling you again, I am not doing that. We are not little kids anymore. That's not how we sort out our problems. Yeah, right. That's an excuse for you not to face me. The truth is that I've been the one that's trained, and you've been the one that's been slacking off. You know that if you got into a confrontation with me, I'd be the one that comes out on top. That is not the case at all. That is not what I'm worried about. Yeah, you're right. It extends further than that, doesn't it? You don't want to give up the throne. I'm sorry? What did you say right now? Come on, just admit it. That's the real issue here. We graduated high school with you becoming a black belt and me remaining a brown belt. You won in that regard. Now, if we fight at this point in time, I can take that crown off your head and place it on myself. This whole time you've been acting like there's no competition between us, but really there is, isn't there? You're afraid to be the loser. You know that if we were actually in a bout together, that I'd be the one on top. This is such a load of crap. What I'm worried about is setting a bad example for our children. Is that how we sort out our problems? We punch it out on the street? I'm not going to raise my child that way. I'm not going to set that type of example. Yeah, that's fine. You're just gonna set the example of a coward. That's a way better lesson for him to learn. Get real.
That is not what I'm doing either. And if we're going to talk about being a coward, let's take a look at what you're doing. I mean, you've actually ostracized my son at school. You've had his friends remove him from that group chat, didn't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. They had a group chat? That's interesting to know. I wonder why your child was in that thing in the first place.
Don't try and act stupid with me.
I know kids at their age wouldn't do this type of thing intentionally.
Before you came into the picture, he had a healthy relationship with everyone. There was no type of bullying. Everyone had mutual respect for each other. Now, people are turning against him. You think I haven't heard the stories?
What stories? Something's going on at school, I'm assuming.
Well, I don't know what you've been telling your son and the other children, but my kid is coming home basically in tears.
Well, would you look at that? Your son really is a wimp after all. Whatever pain he's experiencing right now, he needs to go exert into training. He can't sit there feeling sorry for himself like you would.
I think I'm actually listening to an insane person right now. I know you have this hardcore mentality of being strict on your child and whatnot, and him being like you were, but you and I met when we were teenagers. These are still little boys. They're not ready for this type of punishment yet. Just let them enjoy what they're doing first, and then let the hard work come later.
Okay, and then what's going to happen at that point in time? My son becomes a loser, and then he's going to look to me? He's going to say that I'm the reason that he failed. I didn't push him to become a champion. If I was just a little bit harder on him, maybe he would have won.
Well, that's exactly it, isn't it? Some days you win and some days you don't. It's part of the process. Let the kids know the appropriate ways to cope with failure. That's a better lesson to teach them than just being a bully and brute forcing your way through. I'm honestly absolutely appalled at all the things happening to my child. I mean, he's coming home with his pants torn in half. They said that your kids came up and started snipping them with scissors when he wasn't looking. He said that he bought his lunchbox to school and half of it was stolen. Whenever the kids are choosing their teams, he's always the last one to get picked. This isn't a coincidence. Something strange has happened here.
What an excellent opportunity, isn't it? I can't believe your kid is exposed to that type of thing and mine isn't. You should consider yourself lucky.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? You did not actually say that this is a lucky situation. Don't you see that all of this is emotionally traumatic for my child? Mitchell, he doesn't deserve any of this. He's been a good kid up until this point. Everyone liked him.
Yeah, well, maybe it's about time he learned a cruel, harsh lesson of the world. These happy, positive types don't get far. They end up living in a crap apartment like you, renting it for the rest of their life. If you ask me, I'm doing your kid a favor. If he toughens up from this, he'll be like me with my own business, making my own money.
Are you really the winner at the end of the day, Mitchell? Can you say that with confidence?
Well, why can't I? I've got a healthy, strong family and we live in a good home. Do I need to prove myself in any other way?
Well, look, I'm just saying you can put up the facade as much as you want, but one day people are gonna see through it.
What are you talking about right now? You're not actually trying to say that you and that miserable wife of yours are actually doing better than me, are you? Tell me that when you stop receiving a paycheck. Tell me that when you have your own money and I'll start believing you.
Well, I wonder how miserable that wife of mine is. There aren't many people that own a tall high-rise building like yours and consider themselves miserable, is there?
What are you talking about right now? You're talking about my home? Is that what you're talking about?
Thank you for telling me where you live, by the way. That was quite a surprise. I didn't really know how to react to it at the time.
What's going on here? You know something that I don't?
I sure do. I bet you didn't know this, but my wife is actually the person that owns that building. She collects the rent from everyone that lives there.
Wait, what did you just say? That can't be true. She works in a cafe.
In her spare time, I guess, but she only goes there once a week and she's only going there for her education. She wants to know how that business works so that she can open up her own.
What am I listening to right now? This isn't true, is it?
Hey, I've got the documents here to prove it if you really want to see them. But what I say next is going to be proof enough. You haven't been paying your rent recently, have you, Mitchell?
I'm sorry? What was that?
Yeah, you're about 6 months behind. My wife, she's been chasing you up for that thing for a long time now. You're close to getting kicked out. Are you going to be okay with that? How are you and your family going to cope?
Damn it. I can't believe you know that.
So, what's going on, buddy? How is that business of yours going? You're not getting a high return this year, I'm assuming.
Look, things have been really slow, especially in the past couple of months. I've been investing a lot of my time into my child and not my business. Things are in a little bit of a disarray, and I guess I'm suffering for that.
I see. So even someone as great as you puts your pride and ego before your family.
What the hell did you just say?
Well, that's what's going on, isn't it? You're trying this hard to beat me that you would actually put your family in danger. You were talking about respect before, and I don't think that's someone that I can respect. I would never do that to my family.
Well, if you truly supported your family, why do you live in that apartment? You could afford something bigger and better, right? Not only that, but why do you work that crappy job?
Well, in terms of the apartment, I want my son to understand and appreciate the simple things in life. In fact, I don't want him to know how much money we have. This is all going to him at some point in time, but he needs to learn the lessons before we give him that money. As for the job, I just really enjoy working there. I like the people, and I don't even see it as a place to get my income. I just like being someone that creates a good working environment for people to be in. It's the type of guy that I am.
There you go again with that happy-go-lucky attitude. I hate it. I just hate how far you've come on just purely positive alone. So, what's gonna happen to me then, huh? You know about my rent situation.
Well, if I'm being honest, if we were friends, my wife and I would have looked past it. The money isn't that big of an issue for me, but now you've really ticked me off. Someone that would be this harmful and cruel to my child doesn't deserve my mercy. You're getting kicked out of that high-rise one way or another.
Oh yeah? And what about my family?
Did you ever think about them? Did you think about what situation that you're putting them into? Don't worry, your family is not going to be your family for that much longer.
What the hell does that mean?
You'll see in due time. Well, I'm going to be going now, but let me just tell you, you're going to have to start packing your stuff very quickly. My wife likes to get things done as soon as possible.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about with my family? I demand an answer. Tell me right now. Phil?
Mitchell wasn't sure what I meant by that, but he soon found out. His wife, Tiffany, was gradually getting more and more fed up with him over time. She hated the way that he talked to his son, and he showed no signs of changing his ways. I told Tiffany about what happened to my son with all the bullying at school and him getting removed from the chat group. She was absolutely appalled at what happened and decided to leave him. Everyone was really worried about what he would do after that. But she and I made an arrangement for her to move down the road. We set her up in a quaint little place for her and her son to live in. She doesn't have to pay any rent. With the toxic father out of the picture, my son and her son gradually rebuilt their friendship. It turns out both of them really wanted to be close to each other, but they were conflicted on how they should feel. It took a long time for them to repair, but eventually they were back to normal. They also apologized for all the bullying that happened. I am really glad that we were able to save that friendship while we could. If it went any longer, who knows what would have happened? Mitchell from that point on was left on his own. He had to pay off child support to Tiffany to help raise their son. He felt very defeated that he lost his family and especially his little boy. But he didn't have any choice but to turn his attention towards his business. When he started seeing the state of things, he was much worse than he thought. The management was all over the place, and people at the base of the operations weren't doing a proper job. It was this close to being bankrupt. It would have taken a miracle for him to repair everything. He did his best month after month, trying to hold his business as high as he could, but eventually he went bankrupt and lost everything. That was another loss inflicted on Mitchell, and he took it hard again. Everything he built up was smothered to smithereens. He had to start from square one again, just like when he was 18 graduating from high school. Only this time, he's a lot older and he doesn't have the mental resources to endeavor like that again. He's decided to bite the bullet and accept that he's not going to get any further in life. After all those heavy losses, maybe he is a loser. At least that's the way that he was thinking. There was still a chance that he could fight what's going on and become a winner again. I guess his incapability to cope with loss is one of his biggest downfalls. He's now working on a fisherman's boat. He's got no intention of contacting people. He wants to be left alone. I feel bad for the guy to some extent. I earnestly wanted to be friends with him. I hope one day he gets integrated into normal society. As for me, everything went back to normal, and I'm raising the kid the same way as I always did. Tiffany's child comes over to my house a lot, and we were able to bond. I don't want to say that I'm a better father than Mitchell or anything, but at least I can be somewhat of a male figure in this little boy's life. I also got another little one on the way, and he's a boy. I look forward to creating a healthy, happy environment for my children.
Hey, Jamie! I have some really great news. I'll give you 3 guesses to try and figure it out.
Hi, Kathy. I'm at work right now and I'm a little busy at the moment. Sorry. What's your big news?
No, you need to guess. It's no fun if I just tell you. I'll even give you a bonus 4th guess if you don't get it.
But I really don't have the time right now. Why can't you just tell me?
I said guess! Guess what my news is!
Geez, fine. I don't know. Did you find $5 on the floor?
No, I'm pregnant! Isn't that the best news ever?
Why did you even make a big deal about me guessing if you were just going to tell me? But that's great news. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you.
Can you believe it? I'm going to be a mom! I'm so happy that I'll finally be having a little baby of my own.
Yeah, wow. I'm glad to hear it. Do you know if it's a boy or a girl yet?
No, not yet. We go in next week to check the heartbeat, so it's still a little far off to know. Aren't you jealous?
Jealous? I'm not sure if jealous is a word I would necessarily use. I'm happy for you, and I do want kids of my own someday, but I wouldn't say I'm necessarily jealous about it.
But don't you at least feel embarrassed then? I'm younger than you, but I was able to get pregnant before you.
It's not a race. Being younger really doesn't have much to do with anything. It's all about when the timing is right for the people having the baby. Plus, you're not that much younger than me, so it's not really that surprising.
I don't know. I think I'd totally be embarrassed if I were you. Especially since my mom is over the moon about it. She loves me even more because I'm going to be giving her a grandchild. Her first grandchild at that. If I were you, I'd start kissing up to her. You just dropped even farther down the totem pole.
What's that supposed to mean? Your mom doesn't like me because I haven't given her a grandchild yet? I've already said this to her, so I might as well say it to you too. I'm totally ready to have kids, but it's John that's taking his sweet time coming around to it. He seems to be more interested in playing video games with his friends than talking about having a child. Despite that, your mom has been really pressuring me to have a child sooner rather than later. It's not up to me. The ball is in John's court.
Wow. Sounds like he's way more into video games than you. Why don't you just talk to him about it?
Trust me, I have. It always ends up in a fight or me just talking to myself. He walls me off anytime I try and bring it up.
Yikes! That sucks. No worries, though. I have it covered. You should thank me for making my mom so happy.
Sure. But again, it's not a game and it's not a race, so I don't think you should feel like you've necessarily won anything. Like I said, I'm very happy for you.
I'm getting mega sore loser vibes from you right now.
If I'm being honest, it kind of sounds like the only reason you're happy or pregnant is because you think you beat me in this sick game you're the only one playing. I do want kids, and for the last time, I'm happy you're having a child, but just chill out with this whole superiority complex you have going on. Sorry, but like I said, I'm busy at the moment and I need to get back to work. Congrats again.
Whatever. I'll send pics when I get them.
Have you heard the great news? You mean about Kathy? Yeah, she texted me a little while ago. I'm so happy for her. I had no idea they were even trying to have kids. Isn't it just the greatest news on earth? I'm so happy I'm going to be a grandmother. All thanks to her, I'm finally going to get to hold my little grandchild in my arms. Yeah, that will be great, I'm sure. Because, you know, I had to rely on her to give me a grandchild. You weren't any help there. Alice, I'm positive we've talked about this before. I want to have kids, but John is the one who keeps saying he isn't ready. Are you really blaming my son? Why haven't you done more to convince him? Trust me, I've tried. Many times. I just don't think he has any interest at the moment. Well, neither of you are getting any younger. What's taking so long? That's my point exactly. I really would like to start at least trying. Just because you decide you want to have kids doesn't mean you get pregnant that second. God forbid there was something that prevents either of us from having children. I'd want to know as soon as possible so we could tackle the problem head on. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't know if I could forgive you if you weren't able to have kids. Me? Why would you automatically assume I'd be the one to have a problem? Men are just as easily vulnerable to infertility issues. Maybe let's change the subject, though. I'll try talking to him again to see if he's changed his mind. Yes, you do that. Hey, did you hear the news from my sister? Yeah, she was a ball of energy. I don't think I've ever heard her that excited. What a surprise that she's pregnant. I'm really happy for her and Will. Yeah, it's great for them, but I'm happy for us. Since they're having a baby, maybe Mom will get off our backs about it. I was really getting sick of her trying to domesticate me like she does. We're still young and I still want to hang out with the boys. Right. I actually wanted to talk to you about that. Both your sister and your mom have brought it up lately. I was hoping you gave some more thought into having kids. They did? Oh, I'm getting sick of it already. It's not like I haven't given it any thought, of course. It's just that we're still young. We're still only 29. Once we have a kid, it's all over. I'll probably never see my friends ever again after that. Plus, you know I'm way too into gaming to devote my time to anything else. I just got entered into a new tournament for COD. If I win this, I can potentially get ranked and go pro. I don't know or care about any of that. I think that's being a little overdramatic, but the fact is that we are going to be 30 this year. It might be alright for you, but carrying a baby and giving birth is no walk in the park. It takes a healthy body and stamina. So I was thinking, maybe it's time. What do you think? We've had this discussion so many times. I'm really getting tired of having to say the same thing over and over again. I told you, it's not like you're running a marathon or anything. Everyone goes through it. It's not that big of a deal. That's easy for you to say. You aren't the one having the baby. I personally can already start feeling it. I'm not as energetic as I used to be. So my mom isn't the only one who's become a granny. Huh. Please take this seriously. I don't think you're immune either. Every day you walk around talking about how tired you are. Mentally tired? My mind is just fatigued from working all the time. My body is in tip-top shape. Aside from a few extra pounds. Besides, my mom lives with us, so that has to be a huge help. Not many wives get that kind of additional support, so you'll probably have an easier time than normal. Please do not use childbearing and easy in the same sentence. And you don't take this seriously at all. Having a child is one of the most important, most hectic things a couple can do. Yet every time I bring it up, you just make jokes and dance around the topic. Because I said this so many times. I am not ready for a child yet. Period. It's so frustrating. You know what? Since you want to get real, I'm actually completely fine not having a kid. At all. What? Really? This is the first I'm hearing of it. I mean, Will and Kathy are already giving Mom the grandkid she wanted. As long as she has that, I think she'll stop nagging us. Maybe we can even dump her on Will. That's pretty much been the only complaint, so now that that's done, we can live our lives how we want. Oh no. Don't try to just rush this through like it's a done deal. You said when we got married that you wanted a child. Well, yeah, I guess I did. But that was only because you were so dead set on it. So you only said you wanted a kid to shut me up? You lied to me? No, it's not like that. I know I'm a little carefree, but I wouldn't lie about something like that. When we got married, I really did want to have a kid. So why are you doing a 180 now? What changed? Well, to be honest, now that I'm at that age and seeing married couples with kids, I gotta say, it doesn't look that great. I have coworkers with kids and they say they have no money, they can't go out with friends. They say their spouse goes from being a wife to being a mother and things change. They say they don't even want to be home because they just get nagged the whole time. They can't even relax. Honestly, my PS5 is the only baby I need. So you don't want to have a kid because your life is going to get a little harder? You didn't think about this before? It's one thing to think about something. It's another to see it with your own eyes. These dudes I know, some of them look like soulless corpses. When we do go out for a drink, they just complain about their home life. So I don't really want a kid right now. I really like my life, and I like having money and having fun. I'm kinda like, if we have one, we have one. But it's not something to really aim for, you know? We'll have one if we have one? That is a terrible attitude for having a kid. Calm down, it's not that big a deal. In any case, I think we should just focus on being supportive of Kathy. Fine, whatever. I'm tired of this conversation already. Do whatever you want. Awesome! See? Was that hard? Mom said she's going to Kathy's today, right? I'll stop by too. Talk to you later. Well, did you talk to John again about having children? Yes, I did, and it was the same conversation as before. He is just not interested in having kids whatsoever. You know, I've tried about 100 times to get through to him and nothing has worked. Don't you think you should try and talk some sense into him? He obviously isn't listening to me, but maybe he'd listen to you. Why don't you give it a try? This is something a wife should be able to solve with her husband on her own. If you need me to step in and talk to him, then that's an entirely different problem that needs addressing. I really don't understand that way of thinking. You said it yourself that you want us to have kids. If you really meant that, then why aren't you cooperating? I really think he'd listen to you. Plus, it's always better hearing the same thing from two different people. Otherwise, it sounds like me just nagging him, and that's obviously gotten us nowhere. Do I need to do everything for you? I shouldn't have to get in the middle of you two. I'm going to keep my mouth shut and let you handle this. All right, well then, don't complain to me when he never gives you a grandchild. How can I even be so sure he's the one holding you back? I'm sorry? What's that supposed to mean? How I know it's not really you who doesn't want kids? Are you kidding me? I'm literally telling you I want them. Why would I lie to you about that? Also, why would I be begging you to talk to John if I were the one who didn't want kids? That just literally doesn't make sense. But again, I absolutely do want kids, and John has said over and over how he doesn't want them right now. I'm stuck at a standstill. People these days are sick. They get off on blaming others when they're the problem themselves. You could be trying to make yourself look like the innocent one when really it's you that's the reason why you're not having kids. That's a ridiculous thing to think. I really don't have anything to say other than you are completely wrong about that. Anyway, let's shift gears here. Did you get a chance to straighten up? Excuse me. What are you talking about? I asked you to clean up a little bit around the house. I'm having a friend over soon and it's a bit dirty. Why would I clean up just because you want to have a friend over? Isn't that your responsibility? Because your stuff is everywhere? You have all these boxes of old pictures lying everywhere. I didn't take them out, you did. So I'll flip that same question back to you. Why should I have to clean that up? I already do more than enough around the house. And when I say more than enough, we both know I do everything. I don't need to do anything. I'm living here as a guest, not as your maid. It's your house, so it should be your responsibility to make sure it's clean. Yeah, but you've been living here for over a year. It's not like you're staying a week for vacation and I'm asking you to do this. You're just as responsible for keeping the house clean as any of us, especially when your stuff is all over the place. I'm really not asking for much. Just please take care of the mess before the weekend. I don't want to. What if I want to look at the pictures again? It wouldn't make any sense to clean them all up now. Then just take them back out. Or at least use a few of them and put the rest back. Do I really need to be telling you this? I don't want to have to argue about doing your part around the house. I do everything. This is the least you can do. Jamie, do you have a moment? There's something I want to talk about. Are you there? I'm here, yeah. What's up? It's actually about Kathy. What happened? Is she all right? Oh, yeah, she's fine. It's nothing like that. It's just that she was talking to her husband, and it seems like his parents want to move in with them. Oh, is that right? It will be nice support for the new baby, then. Nice support? I don't know about that, but you've met them too, haven't you? They are the sternest people I've ever met. I had to sit at the same table with them during the wedding. Their gazes felt like a million little needles just jabbing into my skin. Really? I had a different impression of them. When I talked with them, they were very friendly. I really liked them. Yeah, of course they were nice to you. You're pretty much a stranger. They are really tough on Kathy, though, just because she's their daughter-in-law. Especially now that she's pregnant. They're basically trying to run her life, the poor girl. Oh, wow. I had no idea. Yeah, I can certainly see how that would lead to trouble. You see? It's one thing if you only have to meet them once in a blue moon, but if they start living together, she has to deal with them every day. Personally, I don't think that is going to be good for Kathy's mental health or for the child. Well, I guess it might not be the best thing. Of course it's not the best thing! That's what I'm saying! The very worst thing for an expecting mother is stress. Think of how she's going to feel living with those people. She's going to be walking on pins and needles the whole time. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think you should let your emotions get the best of you. They might be a little strict, but they'll definitely be able to help out with things. And with their personalities, I feel like the child is going to have really good support growing up. Are you saying my Kathy is incapable of raising her own child? No, of course not. I didn't mean it like that. I just thought having them around might be good for the child. Whatever. I know what kind of people they are, and they will definitely stress Kathy out. She needs a safe, stress-free environment to live in while she's carrying my grandbaby. That's why I told her to come live with us. By come live with us, you mean in our house? That's right. She can't stay with those people, and we can't just get her a place of her own. We have a spare room anyway. If things are too cramped, she can switch with me. I don't mind. Well, we do have a spare room, I guess. Staying in that house is only going to do harm to the baby and the mother. If it comes to that, don't you think it would be better for her to come live in a more welcoming environment? Back in my day, going home to get support during a pregnancy wasn't all that uncommon. Right. I'm not completely against it. It's just that, don't you think it's a little too early? She just got pregnant, so that'd mean she'd be here for another few months or so. What's wrong with that? She doesn't work, so there's no problems with scheduling or anything. She just needs a home that she can stay in. It's not like she's going to be a bother or anything. Sure, maybe, but what about her husband? I'm sure he doesn't want to be separated from his wife, especially when she's pregnant. He'll be fine. I actually think doing some house chores will be good for the man. Not to mention it will take some of the burden off Kathy. Even Johnny is on board with it. So it's settled. Wait, John is fine with it? He didn't tell me anything about it. He is. Actually, he was more accepting than I thought he'd be. I guess he's just excited to meet the baby. I know he can be aloof at times, but he does love children. Seeing as how you two can't have any, he's over the moon about the new baby. Wait, what? Look, I know. He told me everything. About how you don't want to have a baby. About how you want to focus on your work and everything. Honestly, I had my suspicions. Still, just because Kathy is having a baby doesn't mean you should just give up on the idea. John's my firstborn son, and I'd like to see his children someday too, you know. Hold on! That is completely backwards! This whole time I've been saying I want a child. I've practically begged him. He knows exactly how much I want one, and he is the one saying he doesn't want one. He said that you always talk about how much you love your work and how much fun it is. So you told him it wasn't time yet. That's why he's just idling his time hanging out with his friends. He sounded really dejected while he was talking about it, you know. And I'm saying that's a lie! I've told him over and over that I want a kid. I didn't say anything about my work. I only work this much because he won't give me a child. You're saying he just made the whole thing up. He's the reason. It was nothing you said or did. The entire time we've been married, I've been talking about having a child. I've even consulted with my doctor about it. Well, here we are. Childless. Johnny was even talking about how he was actually a little embarrassed about having his little sister having a kid before him. He was the one who said he didn't want any kids! He told me it wasn't the right time, and now he doesn't want one at all. Did he tell you anything else? I didn't want to say this since it's really none of my business, but he also said you aren't really cooperative in the whole process. You can beg for a child as much as you want, but if you don't do what needs to be done, nothing's going to happen. Babies don't just show up on doorsteps. There is no stork if no one had the talk with you. Oh my god. I cannot believe him. In any case, that's between the two of you. I already have a grandchild on the way. I'm going to give Kathy my full support. I'd appreciate it if you do your part too. Got it? Good. See you later then. Hold on! We're not done yet. Hey, I just got home and couldn't help noticing my stuff's not here. Did something happen? Where is everything? Oh, you're back already. You're a lot earlier than usual, no? You're always so busy with work, I didn't expect you back so soon. Normally, you're not home before dark. Yeah, I had a few things I had to take care of, so I took the afternoon off. Now back to the first question. Where did all my stuff go? Yeah, my back is killing me. I packed it all up and sent it to your parents' place. You did what now? As you know, Kathy is coming to live here tomorrow. After reconsidering the living situation, that spare room is way too small for her. So after really racking my brain, I figured the best solution was to just give her you and Johnny's room. Okay. Well, not going to touch on that right now. You said you sent my things to my parents' house. How does that fit into this whole picture? Well, think about it for a second. If Kathy has your bedroom, that means you and Johnny are going to share that spare bedroom, right? But that room is barely big enough for one person. There's no way you and Johnny are going to sleep there comfortably. Well, you're not wrong, but I'm not following this whole plan. I really thought you were smarter than this. Kathy has to live with us. There isn't enough room for everyone. You need to move out. Get it? Do stop by to help with the chores, though. I don't want Kathy to overextend herself with cleaning and such. I'll be helping her, but I can't do everything myself either. I don't think I'm understanding something. Just so we're on the same page, you're telling me I can't live here? Yes, exactly. But at the same time, you want me to come by and clean up after everyone. Well, yeah, when you sum it up like that, I guess that's how it is. But come on, it's not that big a deal, is it? It's not like she's going to live here permanently. Why again does that responsibility fall to me? I'm getting kicked out of my own house and still have to be the maid. I know it's not ideal, but we're a family. Sometimes we have to make sacrifices for each other. Right now, one of our family members is at a critical point in her life. It's only going to take a few months, so do you think you can just be supportive? So that's how you see it. Anyway, the three of us are going out to eat as a family. All of her things should arrive tomorrow, and of course we'll need help. Make sure you're around to help with the unpacking. Why would that fall to me? You and John can take care of it, right? Johnny is tired from work. Kathy is pregnant, so that's out of the question. And of course, you have to take my age into consideration. So, who's left over? I think I've just about had enough. You chased me out of my own house, but you still want me to take care of you all? Don't you think that's a little cruel? I don't think it's cruel in the slightest. We all have a role to play in the family. You aren't having any children, so the least you can do is support the family that is. Someone who doesn't even understand the basics of a family has no right to get snotty with me. Okay, I'm not saying I do, but if I did follow your twisted logic and was still living here, then sure, maybe I would do a little more of the housework. But you are trying to kick me out of my own home! What possible argument can you come up with that would justify me helping out? Oh, it never ends with you. Are you trying to ruin my family's happy time together? Your family's happy time? So I'm not included in family? Let me make this perfectly clear. My family is my son, my daughter, and my unborn grandchild. To me, all you are is the maid. Is that right? Okay, got it. No problem. Good. As long as you understand your own position, then we can get back to what's important. Make sure you're at the house for the unpacking tomorrow. Don't be late.
Hey, Jamie! Thanks for the room. It was really so nice of you to let me have it.
You know damn well that your mom kicked me out of my own house. She went and moved out all of my stuff without me knowing so you could move in there. I had nothing to do with this, and I am 100% against it.
Well, I'm sure glad you did. It's gonna be so nice to be with my family with this baby. Emphasis on the word family, because you are definitely not part of it. You don't really even belong here. You're the odd man out. Yeah, sure, you're legally family, but that doesn't count for anything. You're kind of just like a stranger to us. Anyway, Mom said you'll be coming back pretty often to do chores. Really appreciate that.
I am absolutely not going to be doing that, so don't count on it.
Why not? You don't expect us to do everything on our own, do you? I'm going to be a new mother. I won't have the time or energy to do anything around here. It's the best of both worlds. I get a new place to live, and I don't need to do any work.
Yeah, best of both worlds for you, you selfish brat.
I'd watch your mouth if I were you. Just be ready to run back here whenever we decide to snap our fingers. Anyway, gotta go eat with my family now. See you soon!
Hey, John. Finish your family meal? Just wanted to confirm a couple things. What is it? This whole Kathy moving in with us and me getting kicked out and everything. You are totally on board with it all? No reservations whatsoever. What of it? She's my little sister and she's about to have her first child. Are you telling me to throw her out on the street? I'm not talking about your sister's pregnancy. I'm talking about your mom gathering up all my things and shipping them to my parents' house. She just kicked me, your wife, in case you forgot, out of the house. What's the big deal? Your parents' place is basically right around the corner. You can come over whenever you want. You're going to be over to help with the housework anyway, right? You think I'm just going to come to the house every day, pick up after you people, and leave? If you don't do it, who's going to? Fine. I wasn't expecting much with that one anyway. One more thing, if I may. Considering you're practically a broken record, I feel like I don't even need to hear it, but come on. Yeah, strange. Who would have thought that until you fix something that's broken, it remains broken? Children. Us. You and me having kids. You told your mom that I was the one who didn't want them. I may have possibly said that in passing. I mean, come on. You know how my mom is. If I tell her I don't want kids, it'll break her heart. So you thought it was okay to shift all the blame onto me? You told her you wanted kids, but I didn't want them. That I wasn't cooperative in the bedroom. How you were so hurt having your little sister have a kid first. How could you say those things with a straight face? So what? You're saying I'm some kind of monster for it? You're going to sit there on your high horse judging me? Like you've never lied to spare someone's feelings. You'd be so cold you'd break your own parents' heart just to be honest? So you're just the most good-hearted person on the planet. You'll make all kinds of sacrifices to help your family, but that doesn't extend to your own wife? Who do you think you are? You're basically an outsider in all this. Keep your opinions to yourself. An outsider? You're seriously saying that to your own wife? You know what? I think I've had enough of this. I'm just going to move out of that house completely. You wouldn't want an outsider living among your precious family, would you? No, now that you mention it, I wouldn't. Forget about me saying you being able to come over here whenever you want. I want you gone completely. This is not a place for you anymore. You say that as if you're trying to offend me, but that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. I'm so sick of being treated like an unwanted stepchild in this house. I've never been treated the way I should. Have fun living here with your horrible family. I can't wait to tell everyone my man-child of a husband kicked me out of my own house. Huh. Go ahead and tell everyone what you want. It doesn't matter to me at all. What matters most is that my sister is here with her new family and my mom is being taken care of. Yeah, you've made that clear. And I'll make this clear too. This marriage is absolutely over. I'm getting a divorce. Yeah, Captain Obvious, you didn't need to tell me that. Obviously, if I don't want you here, it means I want to get a divorce from you. I'll get everything ready and I'll send you the divorce papers when I get them. What a farewell gift. Anyway, I have to get back to my real family. I don't have time to fight with you anymore. Of course. You have to go run to your precious mommy now. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear the good news. Hi, Jamie. Do you have a second to talk? No. Come on. Just please, I have something I want to ask you. Make it quick.
Well, actually, I was wondering, do you think you could come back over here for the afternoon and tidy up a bit?
You ever get so mad your head just goes completely blank? That's where I'm at right now.
Why the hell would you ever think I would say yes to come clean the house after our last conversation? The answer is absolutely no! Do it yourself. I don't live there anymore, remember? You made that very clear that I was an outsider and I didn't belong there. But this place is filthy. The dishes are stacked up so high and they're starting to stink from the mold growing on them. Plus, this place hasn't been vacuumed since you left. I even tried to do it, but I couldn't figure out how to turn it on. Jesus, John, it's literally one button and it even says the word on. How could you not figure it out? I've never done it before, so I don't know what to do. That's your problem. You should have been a little more helpful around the house when we still lived together. You relied on me way too much for everything, and it shows now. But can't you just come back one time to show me how to do everything? I'll even pay you. There is nothing in this world that would convince me to go back over there. You could give me $1 billion and I would still say no. Why don't you ask your mom or your sister to help? My mom flat out refused to do anything. She said she's too old to do chores. My sister is about to have a kid, so she's too exhausted.
Well, that's just too bad then.
Either you can continue living in filth and pestilence, or you can watch a YouTube video about how to wash a bowl. I can't believe I just said that to a nearly 30-year-old man. You were really pathetic, you know that? You don't need to be so rude about it. If anything, you should feel bad for me. You're out of your mind. I don't feel bad for you at all. In fact, I feel absolutely nothing towards you. Are you starting to regret kicking me out of the house now? Well, I still meant what I said. But I realize now how much work you were doing. Yeah, and if you weren't too busy being a 30-year-old baby, you could have learned how to do it yourself. Instead, you care more about poning noobs on your stupid PS5, and now you're stuck living in a garbage dump. Can you just please come here, even for like 15 minutes? It would really mean a lot to my mom. Oh, it would mean a lot to her? Yeah, it would. She would be really happy. Really? She'd be happy if I came over there and helped out? Yes. Does that mean you're coming?
Oh, if it's going to make her happy.
Then I'm especially not coming over. Screw that old hag. She can get off her dusty old behind and do something for once in her life. Jamie, I can't believe you. It sucks to suck, doesn't it? Clean your own damn house. I don't live there anymore. Jamie! Get over here right now and clean this place up. It's your fault it's filthy in the first place. Be an adult and come do what you're supposed to. That's ironic coming from you. Why don't you do it? It's not my responsibility anymore. How on earth do you figure it's my fault that the house is dirty? It's not like I came over and dumped garbage everywhere. It's your fault because you always cleaned up until now and didn't teach us how. Wow. You're just as pathetic as your weak little son, aren't you? Alice, you're a full-grown adult. Not knowing how to clean a house is a total embarrassment. Stop playing games and just get over here! I'm going to lose my patience if you don't come. Watch it, Granny. Don't get too worked up. You wouldn't want your blood pressure shooting up. It would just be a tragedy if you had a heart attack. Don't joke around about that. At my age, it could very well happen. Then chill the hell out. Pick up a rag and get to work. It's really not that hard to clean up after yourself. I just told you I'm not doing anything. This is your job and you need to come back here and do what you're supposed to do. If you don't come back, I'm going to call the police. Oh, for what? Because this has to be some sort of abuse. You can't leave us here in this filthy house. We're going to get sick. And when we do, I'm going to sue the pants off of you. Do you really want that? Alice, I want to ask you a serious question. Do you have dementia already? Because that is seriously the most insane thing I've ever heard anyone say. You're going to sue me because you can't clean the house you kicked me out of? Good luck. I hope that works out for you. Especially because I'm not setting foot in that place ever again. You should have thought about that before you shipped all of my stuff out of there without me knowing about it. Why don't you ask Kathy to do it? She's living there too. She just gave birth! I can't ask her to do that. Well then, I guess you're completely out of luck then. You need to get the idea out of your head that I'd ever come back there, let alone to clean up after you. Good luck. By the way, the cleaning supplies are under the sink. Jamie, what's going on? Some guys from the bank showed up here earlier and said the house is going to be put up for sale. Not my problem. Did you decide to sell it? Not that I care. It's not my house anymore. No, of course not. Why would I sell it now that we're all living here? 'Cause you're an idiot? How can I rationalize the things you do? Definitely wouldn't put that past you. They weren't even from a real estate company. They were from the bank. Oh, I see what's going on here. Well, this is hilarious. Tell me, what's going on? John, have you been paying for the house since I left? Of course not. I thought we already bought the house when we got married. No, we did not buy it. We moved in and put a down payment on it, but we most certainly did not buy it. So let me ask again. Were you paying the mortgage for the house after I moved out? No. You always took care of that, so I just thought it would be paid automatically or something. Well, John, you were very wrong about that. I mean, technically you're right in that I was taking care of it. I was the one paying the mortgage. But ever since I left, I stopped because it wouldn't make sense for me to pay for a house I didn't live in. So no, what's happening is the bank is coming over to take the house away from you because you didn't pay for it. What? You mean they're going to kick us out? Yep. They're going to kick you out and sell that house. My guess is both things will happen relatively soon. That can't happen. What would we do if we don't have this house to live in? Literally don't care. Figure that out yourselves. Not my problem. But if you were paying for the house, doesn't that mean it's technically your responsibility? Oh, wrong again, Johnny boy. The house is actually in your name, not mine. Don't you remember your pathetic little rant about how the man needs to own the house when we were buying it? You insisted the house be in your name, not mine. And yet I was still the one paying for it with the money from my bank account. So actually, you are 100% responsible for making the payments, not me. But it's probably so much money. I don't know if I can afford it on my own. My sister and her husband are tight on cash at the moment, and my mom only has her Social Security. Well then, I guess you need to start looking for a new place to live very soon. Can't you help us out just this once? Please lend us some money so we can keep living here. Never gonna happen. Not even in a million lifetimes would I ever help you or your family out after the way you treated me. Are you starting to see how stupid of a decision it was to kick me out? Then how about you come back to live here with us? No way! Are you crazy? Not only would I never come back to live with you jerks after you kicked me out, we're divorced now, remember? You so kindly provided me with your signature on those divorce papers. I set a new land speed record driving over to the city offices to submit them. But we can get them reversed though, right? It shouldn't be that hard. Never ever would I consider marrying you again. Gotta go. Good luck with the whole getting kicked out of the house thing. Jamie, please. You've gotta help us. We just got kicked out of the house. They had cops come in to evict us. It was so embarrassing. Everyone was outside of their houses watching us. Oh, man. Oh, I wish I could have seen that. Sounds like it was a pretty bad day for you guys. It's not a joke. I'm totally traumatized by the whole thing. They literally dragged my mom out of the house by her ankles. a bit excessive, but knowing her, she probably did something to deserve it. They even kicked her sister out with her new baby? Actually, I guess I haven't told you about what happened with that. There was a bit of drama once the baby was born.
Oh, yeah? How so?
Apparently, Will looked at my sister's phone while my sister was asleep and saw that she was texting a bunch of different guys. It was pretty clear she had been romantic with them for a while. Like, right around the time they would have gotten pregnant. He confronted her about it, and they got into this whole blowout. He demanded they get a paternity test for the newborn.
No way! That's straight out of a TV show! They should go on Jerry Springer!
So, what happened? Did she get a paternity test? Yeah. And the kid turned out not to be his.
Will! You are not the father!
Wow! Your family sucks! Your mom really did me a favor when she kicked me out. Glad I ripped the Band-Aid off when I did. After everything Kathy said and all that she bragged about, it turns out the kid belongs to some random hookup. So where is she now? She ended up going to the real father's house and living with him.
Well, I guess for the baby's sake, that's the best possible option.
Not really, though, because the guy is a low-life drug dealer.
Yikes.
Anyway, so back to you being homeless. I'm only asking because this is just so entertaining for me. But what are you going to do now? I don't know. I guess we'll have to get a hotel for the time being until we figure out what to do. I can't believe this is all happening to me.
Well, you should have thought about how you were treating me. This is all happening because you were a selfish little mama's boy that didn't care about his own wife. You know that now, right? This could have easily been avoided if you just grew up and stopped listening to everything your family told you. And on top of that, we could have been raising a beautiful family together. Now you've been kicked out of the house and you have nowhere to go. Serves you right if I'm being honest.
Don't you feel bad at all?
No, not at all. You treated me terribly and didn't value me at all. Same goes for your mother. If she wasn't such a witch and didn't take all of my stuff out of the house, this would have never happened. You only have yourself and her to thank. Anyway, good luck on the streets. I'm sure you can sell your precious video games to buy some food. Otherwise, it's game over. John made a desperate attempt to come bang on my parents' door because he thought that's where I was staying. He was wrong. I actually moved out pretty soon after I went back to stay with them. Now I have my own apartment in the center of town with a great view. Way better than that old house I was living in. The best part is that I don't have anyone relying on me or nagging me to have kids. A few months have passed since then, and I already met a really great new guy that I'm enjoying spending my time with. It's still a little early on in the relationship, but we've already brought up the topic of children, and he's very much on board with having them someday. Looks like my dream of having children is finally going to come true. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.